Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday to you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and blessed Friday so far. I hope you have a safe and wonderful weekend. As you see, I'm in the same spot and the lighting is great today. God is shining his light and I thank him so much. Forgive the darkness of that other video. I went back and I was like, that other video was really dark, and it's so crazy because it was light outside. So I don't know, maybe it's because of how the sun is shining in between the apartments. I don't know, but the sun is shining now, so I hope that the glory of the Lord is shining on you guys today. I wanted to come on here and say that faithfulness is a choice. You guys, you are being faithful. Let me tell you something. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. I know you may want to retaliate. I know that you want to give up. I know that you have done all that you can. But faithfulness is a choice. And think about it. You are being faithful to God. This is what this is about. Your faithfulness to God. This has nothing. Let's put the spouses to the side right now. How your relationship is with God is going to run over in your relationships with other people, right? So eventually that is going to be the same for your spouse. There is no way that God is going to allow your spouse to come back in your life when he knows, that there's still things that's going on within you that he needs to, get out, or he wants you to. It's not necessarily even the things that he may want to come out of us. It's the things that he's trying to pour into us. And sometimes if we are tied to a distraction. So let's just be honest, because that's what's going to happen. We will get distracted with husbands. We can get distracted with children. We can get distracted with family. We could get distracted with friends. So just think, when your spouse come back and your spouse haven't been there for a while, you could become distracted, and God don't want that. He want you to be focused. He want your faithfulness to him right now. And as you continue to be faithful to our living high God, he is faithful to reward you of your faithfulness to him. Don't give up. I don't care. I keep saying, no matter what it looks like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, you guys. Okay, for example, like when I told you this last time, I hadn't talked to my husband for a year. And I even had stopped, like, even really praying for him, like how I diligently was before, when I was really making all the videos and all that different type of stuff. I had really stopped praying for him, and I went on a healing journey for myself. And because there was things in me that I wanted to get out. You know what I mean? I don't want to look at people in a bad way. I didn't want to look at my husband in a bad way. I didn't want to look at, what he may have been doing towards me in a bad way, even though, those feelings try to creep in. But I thank God now I don't feed into that. That stuff I used to feed into, and I would justify my wrong behavior because I felt like, well, he's wrong, so I'm going to be wrong too. I can go ahead and do it. Not necessarily with him, but with other people, because since I got delivered, I haven't done that. I think it was one time, like I told you guys, that I resorted back to my old way of behaving, and that's when I had first went to see my husband, and it didn't go the way that I thought, so I resorted to drinking wine, stinking thinking, and then me and my husband had got into it. And the first thing that he threw up in my face is, about me walking with God. I want to always be a great representation of the kingdom no matter what. I am going to say that I don't care what he may be doing or what others may be doing, because it's not going to be them, or it's not going to be my husband or them giving an account for my salvation. It's going to be me. And it's not saying that to be mean. It's being real. You know what I mean? We have to give an account. This is why I always say how important it is, for us to get to a place of having a healthy heart, healthy mind, and a healthy body so we can make right choices and decisions, because honestly, it is not about them. It's about us. Because again, as I said in the previous video, we can't control what they do. We only have the ability to control what we do and what we allow God to do in us. So your faithfulness, count it all joy that you are being faithful. You are being faithful to our living high God. You are giving him glory with your life. You are uplifting him. You are being obedient. That's beautiful. I never would have thought that I would even be talking like this, or not alone just talking like this, but walking in it. Me, the one that come from the world, the one that was partying and kicking it and, didn't have any conscience for God at a point in time. But honey, when you get a conscience for God and you allow him in your heart and he take root of your heart, you ain't never going to be the same. And I have to be honest. The people, God weeded out my field. So all my friends and even family members that I once used to be tight with, I'm not tight with them anymore. I'm not around them anymore. And it's not to say that I don't love them. I love them so much. But God knew I had to be separated because they're not where I am. So you got to think about it the same as your spouse. You're separated from your spouse because your spouse is not where you are. Everything do work out in its perfect timing. And when God is ready, he is going to bring that forth. What is going on with them? What's going on with a spouse has nothing to do with you. And I have said that. The best thing we can do is pray that they will get in alignment with God so that they can live their life in spirit and truth, because they're not living their life in spirit and truth if they are bound and captive to the enemy in the world. And whomever they are attached to is bound and captive too. So again, count it all joy today. Don't give up. Don't give way. Don't listen to the naysayers, that's telling you didn't wait too long and, I would just leave the person alone, because it is amazing what God is able to do in situations that look like it is not going to be, changed. He is the one. I just told a sister in Christ, I said, it's so funny. We can try to put all the pieces together like A, B, C, D. It just all go together. If I did this and do that, it just all makes sense, right? But that's not how God works. God don't work with all the pieces coming together like how we envision it. It don't. Even restoration don't go the way that you think it's going to go. Sometimes when people have restorations and their husbands come back, it's not immediately the passion, the romance, the affection. It's not immediate, none of that. You got to continue to keep praying and seeking after God for that. But I believe because God opened up the door for it to even happen, that's eventually what's going to happen, because only God has the ability to see ahead, not us. So when it's not making sense and it's looking all chaotic and all over the place, you continue to give him praise, because it's been many times I'm like, Lord, this don't make no sense. Like, I'm ready to just cut out and just be just over it. Like, I'll stay by myself. Like, I have no problem. If that's what you want me to do, I would just stay alone, because I don't want to continue to keep reaching for somebody, that's not reaching for me, or trying to love on somebody who is pushing me away. But is that the love of God that I will be showing my husband? No, because I was saying this by the way in which I was conditioned to love. And God has to continue to keep teaching me and instilling in me. His love is unconditional. And as my love live in you, little girl, you gonna have unconditional love for other people. Period. Including ones that seem unlovable, like your husband, or even husbands, your wives. So again, count it all joy. God is so good. He is so faithful. He is faithful to us. And just think about it. I had to think, right? God shows you that he is with you. During this restoration, you may not see the manifestation of what you're praying for with your husband, but can you honestly say that God hasn't been blessing other areas of your life? I know he's been blessing other areas of your life. He's got to be blessing other areas of your life. So if you know that he's been blessing you in other areas of your life and seeing you through, then you know he's hearing your prayers when it comes to your husband or your wife, and it will be a matter of time before you guys come back together. He's got to make it be where you guys were not like how you were before you departed from each other. You guys both are going to have a heart for him. And that's the beauty of it. Because when you out there in the world like I was, I didn't have a heart for God. I didn't even have a conscience, you guys, when I was in the sin of adultery. The enemy was making me think that the people that I was tying to, that I was going to have love with them, which was a setup every single time. This is why I am boldly to say that anybody who is gone in adultery, your husband or your wife, they don't have love with them people, period. It's a delusion. It really is. It would be so good for one, for that honeymoon stage, but then after that, there's nothing there. There's no substance. There's no genuine love. There's nothing, because honestly, the very things in which we be hiding and carrying in the inside of us, it goes on with the next person. So if a spouse haven't addressed the root issues of their heart when they were with you, then they haven't addressed it with the other person. And eventually that negativity that they were starting to have against you is going to come in to play with the person that they now call themselves being with. So just sit back, just continue to pray and fast, just continue to keep growing and evolving and becoming so beautiful in God. And just watch what God is able to do. I just wanted to leave this quick word with you guys today. Again, I hope everybody have a blessed and beautiful weekend. Be safe out here. This world is so crazy. I plead the blood of Jesus over each and every one of you and your families. I plead the blood over you guys from the crowns of your head to the soles of your feet. This is a movement for the kingdom of heaven, for us all to be unified and encouraging each other and praying for each other in this time, because it is a shaking that's coming to this land, and it's about to be a separation from the goats and the sheep. And we want to make sure that everything that we're doing, we're doing it for the glory of the Lord, for the glory of the Lord. And I believe that children, spouses, and all the prodigals is going to return back to the greatest love of all, and that's Jesus. I really am believing that. I really, he's going to get their attention one way or another. Sometimes it could be easy, and sometimes it could take a good shaking, but he's going to get their attention, and they are going to come back to repentance and live their life truly and solely for him. So again, with that being said, I thank you guys for watching. Love you all.